everyone thinks Amazon is winning with AI. I mean, they got Anthropic, they gave OpenAI some money today, they got AWS, they got a lot of things going for them. But quietly, without ads, without hype, Walmart just doubled its AI shopping traffic. Not humans, but AI agents. And if this trend holds, Amazon could be losing its market share. It's not losing right now, but it can't keep going like this. This is the first real platform war of the AI era, and I want to dive into it. And I think a lot of people aren't looking at the scoreboard, if I'm being honest. So I'm QuHarrison Terry. Every day I ask myself, what's the future? And that's what becomes my WTF. I've been storing those notes on my journal, but obviously people ain't reading no more, so you watching it on YouTube. With that being said, I want to talk about what's happening in the AI landscape, and more specifically, the AI shopping landscape. So what just happened in 2025 is that Walmart doubled its AI referral share in 2025 to 32.5%. Now, Amazon prior to that was at 40%, but they've been falling, and they've fallen a lot. They've fallen to under 11% in AI referrals. And this is not just about e-commerce traffic, it's about agent traffic. And so you have to think about the shopper. It's not a person anymore, it's software. And that's a strategic shift, like for any brand. And I think we would have thought Amazon would have been a little bit better, especially when it comes to positioning themselves to win. But they've been doing a lot of things that actually hinder themselves, right? They've been blocking third-party agents. So they told Perplexity, get the out of here. And then they took a defensive posture with, OpenAI and said like, hey, ChatGPT can't really use Amazon links. They introduced Rufus, and Rufus is doing its thing, but that really just protects Prime and the ads and the retail media that exist within the walled garden of Amazon. So when I think about Amazon, I think about them treating AI like a threat to the castle. Whereas Walmart's been very unique in this space. They partnered with OpenAI, they had a partnership with Google, and that's important because Google is really trying to build the protocols per se for agent related commerce. So think how AI shops, like Google's leading a lot of the charges there. And OpenAI has got ChatGPT, and they've got some really interesting integrations around commerce. So then you also think about what Walmart's doing. Well, they're starting to surface products within inside of other AI agents, which I think is a key component here. Because if I'm a young brand and I want to get, visibility into one of these big agents, Walmart's kind of got you covered. And what they've been doing really well is treating agents like the new distribution layer. And if I were to just put this in the WTF bucket, it's like, let's think of them both as malls. Like there's the mall of Amazon, there's the mall of Walmart. Instead of allowing anyone to get into the mall, Amazon said, hold up, we got to protect this thing. We need to check your ID. We need to ask where you coming from. We need to see if you really deserve to be here. And that's what they're doing with these bots. They're telling them like, hey, you can't come inside. And like, wait, who gave you permission? Whereas Walmart is like, yo, we're welcoming any and everybody that's using AI, and we're going to build the highways to the mall. We're going to expand the roads. We're going to get into new shops. And if you think about it like that, contextually, that's what's happening. And so we've got this shift that's happening. And I think this is bigger than shopping. What we're doing is we're moving from search to scroll to compare to buy. And that's like how it used to work in old days. To intent, agent, delivery. There's one less step in that process, right? Because you don't have to search and you don't have to scroll. But you do still have to tell the AI agent your intent. And I think that like ads don't persuade agents. So I actually do think ad costs might fall, right? Because if I need to persuade an agent, I'm not going to be able to do that with a Meta ad or Google ad. User experience doesn't matter to software. You could give it JSON, you give it, broken, unstructured text. Like, you can talk ChatGPT however you want. And the internet is not structured at nauseum. Like, there are certain sites that have really good heuristic properties, but at nauseum, UX is not universal. I mean, no one's saying Amazon's got the best UX, and no one's saying Walmart's got the best UX. Heck, Shopify stores don't even have the same front-end UX on across the board. So you have that. So what I'm seeing is like whoever trains the agent is going to basically win the customer. And so retail media is going to die when the shopper isn't human. And a lot of the things that we're doing right now to correspond to a purchase, so you start to think about the reviews, the affiliates, and all that, you really don't want to like, you can't, I don't think that works so much in the AEO world. You're good. And so what I would say is like for this world, you now have this uncomfortable future if you're like a brand. And what I mean by that is like brands have two customers. They have humans and they have AI agents. Both of those things can actually buy things now, right? Like you can actually get AI to buy something from you. You can actually get a human, as you have been, get to buy something from you. So that means you actually have to go from SEO to AEO. SEO is search engine optimization. AEO is answer engine optimization. And if your product isn't machine readable, you just don't exist. And so I think we're watching the death of clicking in real time. I know that one's heavy and I don't really have a big futurist take on like, where does this go? I just think that like, we as brands, we as providers, we as marketers, we as consumers, we have to ask ourselves, you know, if the AI agent is shopping for you, who is it actually loyal to? Is it loyal to the retailer, the platform, or the model that trained them? And I don't know. Like, I feel some type of way right now in this, like, because I don't know if I'm just gonna give my credit card to the retailer that wants to let their agent do the shopping for me. Like, it just seems like there's something fishy going on over there. Incentives just aren't truly aligned. So I think that there's gonna be more development, but this could all be just, actually, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it could all be, you know, nonsense and hype, because people are buying things with AI agents. Like, we do have enough data to say that. So I do think this trend actually continues. What would I do if I were a brand? I would go back and say, if we're watching the death of clicking in real time and retail media is gonna die when the shopper isn't human anymore, I think I would try not to be invisible to most of these AI algorithms. And so there's ways of doing that. Leave a comment in the description and, you know, I can help you, or someone that is working on it can help you. But there's a lot of different ideas, and I think this is something you need to take into play, because, you know, it's working for Walmart, and Amazon also has seen something that they're not describing about this whole situation. But I mean, these numbers are actually quite shocking. With that being said, I'm QuHarrison Terry, and I will catch you in the future.